What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brian.
And today we've got a cool special treat here. Little book, Chapter 8, the latest release, Brian.
I didn't even know it was out, so that's how new it is to me. I knew it was coming, but I hadn't heard anybody talking about it. So
that's right. That's right.
Pretty excited about it.
And this one is provided by our friend Bill Bryden. He's a good old hound around at Vic's Liquor Store where we hang out. And thank you so much, Bill, for providing this. In fact, whenever I picked up this bottle, he said, "Well, share your whiskey. You gotta share your whiskey." That's, of course, our mantra. So we really appreciate it, Bill.
Can't beat that.
Yeah. So, little book. This is out of Beam Distillery. This is a project by Freddie Bookerno, which is Bookerno's grandson and master distiller Fred No's son. So in this, follow me here, everybody. Real quick, this is a blend made from 18-year-old straight bourbon whiskey with a high rye mash bill, 11-year straight Kentucky straight rye whiskey, 7-year rye malt whiskey, 5-year Kentucky straight rye whiskey with a char number 4, 5-year straight rye whiskey, Pennsylvania family style char 1, 5-year Kentucky straight rye whiskey, Pennsylvania family style char 4, and 4-year Kentucky straight rye whiskey. So that's a lot. We're going to put that on the screen so you don't necessarily have to follow along. And on this, the aromas, they say, a complex blend of butterscotch, fresh dill, and toasted rye bread. Taste, floral notes intermingled with sweet apricot and heavy oak. We'll see what what we think of that, if that matches up. I don't know.
And it does come in at 118.2 on the proof, so that's going to pack a little bit of punch. And it's going to be my first sample of the day, too.
Now, I have sampled. I was with Bill when he opened this a couple days ago and tasted it, really like it. So.
I've never had. I do like Booker stuff, which this is not like Booker's, but it's in obviously it's in that family.
Right.
But I love how the display. They give you a nice box. It's not one I'm going to rush out and rebuy every year, but I do like how they dress it up a lot more.
Yeah. The presentation's awesome.
Yeah.
Presentation's
looks
awesome.
Cool sitting on your bar.
Yeah. So let's go in for a nose real quick.
Definitely get the oak, and you get you get the rye. The rye is
rye spice.
Rye spice is really strong.
Oaky,
minty, kind of like a.
And I kind of can see what they. I think that said that the aroma was with dill, and I could see like a little sourish kind of note.
Yeah,
tartness.
there is a.
In a good way, though. Not. We don't want to say sour in a bad way, but it's good nose.
Yeah.
Good nose.
Yeah.
Let's go in for a sip and see what we have here. I actually think that it drinks below the 118. I mean,
it drinks really cool. It's soothing.
Right.
Instead of burning, it's soothing.
Right.
It stays up in the front of your mouth, and you get the rye
spice.
Whatever that dill taste is kind of lingering too.
Yeah. And I feel like the flavor really punches right at the mid back palate, and it comes full force. It's full flavor.
It's really viscous.
Yeah, and it's very viscous. You can tell that on the palate how viscous it is. It's probably there's some 18-year-old whiskey in here, and some. I think there was another 11-year and 7-year. That's pretty good.
You get a lot of oak, but that's probably because of the char 4 level or whatever.
Yeah.
Got in there a little bit more burnt.
And some of the age to it. Yeah, there's some barrel char in this. I'm having a hard time. There's a fruity note in this. That's really good too. Almost like I don't know, it's like a peach kind of thing or something along those lines. Yeah, something along those lines.
They've done a good job of pairing these together because not one aspect of it overshadows the other.
I know.
The rye really comes through strong and is really good. You get the oak from an 18-year-old
right
bourbon, but it's not it doesn't take over the whole pour.
Right.
They go together, and
Right.
it's like, wow, you get
Yeah.
different. When you think about it one way or the other, you get a different taste out of it, and
Yeah.
you kind of pull different
Yeah.
elements out. So yeah,
That's one thing I was talking to Erica about, was like, how do they know, like, how do they figure out, like, oh, here's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 different ones. These will taste good if we blend them all together and be this good. I think this one, there's not really a lot of particular notes that I can get, but all I know is it's pretty darn good, and I really enjoy it. I think it's great. And I think if you can find one,
the floral, I'm picking up the floral note that you were talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they tend to go up in price. So these I think now are kind of clocking in at around 150, 160.
Okay.
So they're not cheap.
Yeah. Are you a buyer? If you have that kind of money to put towards a bottle, are you a buyer at that price?
Yes, I think I would be.
I am too. Yeah. In fact, I might pick one of these up.
That's something. It's unique. It's different. It's not like anything else out there. This is the first time I've ever had.
Yeah. This and
sampled this.
And this knocks it out of the park for me. I wasn't sure whenever Bill called me and said, "Hey, I'm getting ready to open this. You want to come by Vic's and taste it?" I was like, "Sure." You know, I'll always be up for trying something I've never had before. And this knocks it out of the park. There is one note that I'm getting now, and this is common for me in some rye whiskeys, is a little bit of kind of a bubble gum kind of thing. Just kind of like a regular old original, like pink bubble gum, big league chew kind of thing.
Now that I got that last taste I took, it was a lot spicier. So I don't know, maybe I just wasn't drinking enough of it. That really packed a punch.
Yeah. A little bit of a spice.
But it's good. It's not.
This is like excellent. It's kind of just one of those that I just know that this is good. Sometimes you just know when there's a good bourbon.
Yeah, this is one where like Kurt with SLB says you could sit and just enjoy it for an hour. Right. I don't know if I can do it for an hour. But man, this is something that you can just sit there and think about, because there's different elements popping out. Like I said, we may not be saying a lot. But there's so much. It's super complex.
Yeah. Go out and buy it. Yeah. If you can find one, go out and buy it. Don't pass it up. Obviously within reason, whatever it's worth to you. But know that Brian and I don't go into that price range very often. But if we had that amount of money to dedicate to a bottle, we think this is worthy of picking up, because I think it's excellent and knocking it out of the park from being with this one. So chapter 8, there we go. All right, well, we want to say a quick thank you once again to our friend Bill Bryden for providing us with this bottle to review. Very generous of you.
Bill.
Yep. And when you're with your family and your friends, or if you're with Bill, don't forget, always share your whiskey.